a real color that has some meaning. And a color is based on the numbers of your birthday and the frequency that you are emanating. And quite frankly, that's how the great ones off the planet see you and know you and qualify you for the next assignment. So when your heart is open, your color could be pink and green. So it's a lovely, lovely thing. But in the human race, I kind of think it's time to expand our consciousness. And in a day like today, where a galactic portal is wide open, that expanded consciousness is what it's all about. So I have digressed, as you could tell. I got off track on being a reluctant mystic. But I am a seeker of truth, and I'm a seeker of light, as actually each one of us is encoded to be. Many people in this day and age have become derailed. They've been bought, they've been had, they've been bamboozled. But the truth of it is, you and I are seekers of truth and light. I'm a citizen of planet Earth. I was born in the United States, but oddly, many people in my lifetime have said, "Where are you from? You're not from here, are you?" And I kind of laugh, thinking, probably not. Because I more resonate with being a cosmic being. A cosmic being that gravitates toward planets that are in need of remembering. I suspect that's why I've come. This planet, this whole system, is in need of remembering. You are in need of restoring your divine dignity, restoring it, reclaiming it, balancing it out, celebrating it, having it grow larger. You know, many of us as children, we heard our parents say, "So who do you think you are?" They probably didn't even say it that nicely, and they probably had a few cuss and curse words in there. Well, who do you think you are? I ask it with a whole different tone. I ask it with a point of remembering. I know who you are. I know who you are better than you do. Several years ago, my guides and teachers helped me from off the planet to pen a lovely, simple little book called The Spiritual Laws. And it's a handbook to higher truth. And it's one of these books you kind of open anywhere. It's got no page numbers, which kind of could drive people crazy, but it's much more fun that way. And one of the laws actually says it addresses who you are. And this one kind of makes people absolutely cringe, and especially if they're in a thinking system that is narrow. Well, the answer that I give to who you are, so brace up and straighten your back, you are God in drag, disguised as, cleverly, as the persona you're walking around as. You know, the wonderful gentleman who took a chance on running this kind of unusual show, knowing full well that he was now going to be exposed to a reluctant mystic, he's God in drag. To me, he's larger than life God in drag, because he has the tools for greater and greater expression for people like myself. There's a couple of other people I want to give a shout out to. The woman who, she didn't insist, but she gently dragged me out of a corner of seclusion where most mystics are much more comfortable hanging out in. And she's a realtor down in Melbourne. Her name is Jean Newell. If you ever are in that area for housing, you got a gal that can see through things. She can identify needs and wants, but does it with integrity. Integrity is kind of a lost word on the planet these days. So she deserves a shout out. And there's another Jeannie who also gets a big shout out because I don't think I'd be able to be here without what she has done to me and for me in the past couple of months. You see, when I'm burnt out, as many of you, I did go into seclusion because I was burnt out. And I was kind of tired of wandering and wondering. I was like done with it all. And so the universe honors that, and I became what they call good and sick, which to me is such a ridiculous oxymoron. You cannot be good and sick at the same time. They're different frequencies. They don't exist. But that's how disoriented human beings have become. They mix things that don't go together. But nonetheless, I opened my home to a little gathering, and a woman came in by the name of Jeannie McGuire, Dr. Jeannie McGuire. And she kind of stood up and said she was an acupuncturist. Well, my system only responds to acupuncture or the gentler therapies of acupressure, color healing, any of the energy healings. For the last 40 years, I have not been anywhere near Western modalities. They're simply too harsh for me. They still work for some people. They don't work for me. Well, Jeannie has kind of single-handedly rebuilt my immune system and every other system so that I feel like I've been rewired. So by being taken down, as sometimes the light beings do, they take you down. They take you down to rewire you and put you back together again. And I suspect I've had to be rewired so that I could present this kind of information to you, and I could present it fearlessly and joyfully with full intent to get you to think, to get you to open your mind, to get you to clear the clutter of every dang thing you're carrying. Most of you are carrying way too much. And I have a thought about that. Your destiny is to fly. You can't fly when your arms are full of all your junk that you're carrying energetically. So I'm here to help you remember who you are. I'm also a teacher, an astrologer. I do something called compass and the flying star method of feng shui. I'm an occasional rainmaker, an occasional miracle worker, and a very simple, understated messenger. My connections are superb. They're magical. They're filled with light. They're filled with every good thing that helps a simple wanderer and wanderer like myself bring you healthy information. Many people now have begun to work on their bodies and get them healthy. Well, you're more than your body. You are your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. So there's a whole lot that's now ready for bigger, better, best. It's just at that cycle. And today, being a portal, it's like even if you can absorb some of what's coming through the wiring to you and through the airwaves to you, your life will be shifted. So why did I call this particular program the Purple Portal? Well, I guess I'm pretty much attached to the color purple. When I was on assignment in northern New Jersey for much of early 2000s, my inner guidance helped me open a retail business. Now, I had no business opening a retail business because I absolutely knew zero about retail. However, we pulled it off. And what they told me would be a grand name for that lovely boutique was something called the Purple Pear. Now, why the Purple Pear? Well, my last name is Bartlett, and I'm going to leave it right there for the rest of you to figure that one out. The Purple Pear grew so rapidly in this little town that within 2 years, I actually had to expand to about 3,000 square feet. And it was a gathering place. It was a place so filled with loving, powerful, illuminated information that I like to believe that much of the Northeast's energy is just a little better because that presence was there. So when it came time to select a radio show, I'm like, oh man, what do I call this thing? And I was in and out of names and I don't know. Couldn't come up with one. Thought maybe it would be the Reluctant Mystic, but that kind of felt almost too personal. Well, it just so happened that once again, the color purple showed itself to me, and the color itself reminded me of its very powerful frequency. Color purple is the color of royalty. This is used by the kings of ancient times as well as now. Amethysts, all of the purple stones, they bring power. They bring power from Gaia, Mother Earth, as well as star systems that are connected with this kind of presentation. And portal, well, I have to tell you, even my 7-year-old grandson Jasper, when I questioned him about the word portal, stepped right up to the plate. Oh, yes, Lainey. That's what he gets to call me, special name. Yes, Lainey, a portal is a secret opening. It's a gateway. Well, there I knew it. I knew it was going to be the purple portal because this show is going to bring you gateways, openings, portals of information from within yourself and allow you to connect with all your other selves on this planet and other planets, other star systems, other galaxies. There is so much that's happening right now that it's mind-boggling. So I'm going to kind of now, that's who I am. In a nutshell, it took me a long time to tell you who the heck I was. Next shows will be a little easier. I am me, and you are you, and we are one. So I want to give you a little background of things that have happened that are imprinting and affecting what will happen between now and November 4th. On August 18th, we had a lunar eclipse. And this eclipse triggered a release of energy that moves us toward major shifts in consciousness. So look back. August 18th was not that far ago. What kind of change did you experience? Was it slight or life-altering? I'll tell you what happened to me on August 18th. I came to this radio station to see whether I would be a fit and it would be a fit for me. So I would say, yeah, August 18th was darn life-altering for me. Maybe it could be you needed extra love and extra support and extra attention at that time until now. Here's a big one. Maybe around that time, you stopped caring so much about what others think of you. I believe as we each get over that hurdle, we're going to do a whole lot better. When I start wondering what others think of me, I quickly superimpose a mantra right in the middle of my brain, which goes like this: what others think of me is none of my business. That's a good one. Maybe you let go at that time of having to needle or criticize another.